Service hours, sometimes they're required for students in order to graduate. Other times, teenagers genuinely just want to help out. And our next guests want to help your student earn those hours over the summer. Coretta Hill is the Vice President of Volunteer and Community Engagement over at United Way of Northeast Florida. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So this is something that United Way has done, forever. You guys have always done volunteer stuff, but
Yes.
I remember at the JAGs, you're always asking, employees of different companies around town to
Absolutely.
volunteer. And now you're getting a whole nother pool of volunteers.
We've always, of course, engaged youth, but now we're being more proactive about letting youth know that we're here because we get calls often with youth wanting more information about where do I go to volunteer. And there isn't really, it's not real well known where the central location is or where you might be able to find hundreds of volunteer opportunities, and United Way has that on our website. So on our website, unitedwaynefl.org/volunteer. There's a list of volunteer opportunities, whether you can find it on a calendar format or if you're just looking for a specific social issue. But we're constantly receiving calls, and we absolutely engage youth throughout the year as well as our corporate partners.
Do you have any idea how many different, opportunities you have available? And it's year round and people are constantly coming to you with stuff?
Yes, so the way that our website works is actually we have dozens of nonprofit partners. So those nonprofit organizations, they post their opportunities on the calendar throughout the year. So this is year round, all the time. There are always various opportunities listed. Some needing help with event support. Others may need help with volunteer activities specific to things like beautification or serving meals, and just many various range of opportunities. And again, these are coming from nonprofit organizations who need the help. And if they're youth focused or if they engage youth themselves, they'll list that there as well. But they're always looking for youth to be a part of their organizations, and United Way is helping make that connection.
And sometimes people, if you're in a 4-H group or some other kind of group, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, they'll say, hey, we're volunteering at this. And so a group goes. But individuals, you don't have to have a group of people. If
No.
you're just a solo individual out there wanting to do some great stuff this summer.
Absolutely. So you do not have to be with their group. Obviously, we do get lots of calls from groups, like to your point, many of the service groups out there, but many individuals can connect. Sorry about that. Many individuals can connect throughout the year, and during the summer especially, we get calls from youth. We actually are piloting, since you mentioned that, individual opportunities, a new service experience for youth. It's called the Youth Service Council, and it will provide a 1-week experience for high school age youth. They'll actually earn 50 service hours in 1 week for that experience. And so we're actually taking applications today, again, on our website, unitedwaynefl.org/youth council. And the experience will provide all sorts of opportunities with various causes throughout our area.
Nice.
And the opportunity to engage.
That is really cool. I mean, we just talked about it, that teens are not getting summer jobs as much, but we're seeing more and more teens wanting to volunteer. Have you guys noticed an uptick in the last several years?
Yes, I'll tell you, the teenagers want to volunteer because first it develops skills, and it develops really, really critical skills, learning and leadership skills. Many times scholarship applications require service learning and service community service hours. Our own Bright Future Scholarship, quite frankly, in the state of Florida, the minimum number of service hours required for Bright Futures is 75 hours. So again, going back to this council that we're piloting this year, you'll earn 50, but 75 service hours, that's incredible. And so, and the maximum is 100. So because of some of the requirements now that that many students face, especially in high school, many of them are more inclined to want to volunteer. And this generation is just more socially active. You've probably seen many examples of that, but this generation is very socially active, very socially involved and aware of what's happening in their community, and they want to get involved. And so we have an opportunity for them to do that.
Got plenty of opportunities. Well, I love it because, look, maybe you don't take home as much. I worked during the summer because I had to have money to spend the next year, but maybe you don't have as much money to take home at the end of the summer, but you're also helping out so many needy organizations in our community, and the ripple effect there. I mean, these organizations that are coming to you for volunteers, they can't do what they do without it.
Absolutely. And I think the learning there is maybe not a direct income generator, But in the future, because they're developing those skills and those skill sets, it does set them up for a great resume in the future. So when they do become available for employment, that it does generate, I think, income down the road. And some of our nonprofit organizations, to your point, they can't, none of them can do it without volunteers.
Can't operate without volunteers.
And so a lot of them, though, do look to youth in the future to see, and they look to see if there may be opportunities for them to offer employment sometime
I love
down
it.
the road.
I'm a big fan of it because it'll create future donors as well when they do have the money, having worked there in hand.
Exactly true. That is exactly right, and that is why it's critical for nonprofit organizations to connect to youth now at a high school age and even younger, so that they're familiar and understand, because of their social inclination and their excitement about social causes. Is really important that we connect to them, to your point, to make sure that we're continuing to provide the resources we need for our community as well.
I love it. I love it. Good stuff. So if you're not gonna work, you got to do something.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Come volunteer.
Very cool. Appreciate it, Coretta. And remember, you can find opportunities to help by visiting unitedwaynefl.org/volunteer or call 904-390-3200.